on the ground for more than 100 miles. Latest death was confirmed in Mississippi today, where Governor Phil Bryant says damage was extensive in the northern part of the state.
We think there's over 100 homes that have been heavily damaged and totally destroyed, another 40 to 60 that have received damage.
Authorities say in addition to 7 deaths in Mississippi, 3 people were killed in Tennessee, and a young woman died in Arkansas when a tree fell on her home. Unseasonably warm weather helped spawn tornadoes from Arkansas to Michigan yesterday. Reports surfaced today of a new plan by the Homeland Security Department to conduct raids on thousands of Central American families that have ignored recent removal orders. NPR's John Burnett explains the news took immigration interest groups by surprise.
The Women's Refugee Commission could not believe Homeland Security leaked its upcoming deportation plan just before Christmas. It's the season when we're all talking about welcoming the stranger and refugees, says the Commission's Michelle Brenet. I'm shocked about the timing. Most asylum seekers who have access to an attorney win their cases. Cecilia Wong with the ACLU questions how many of the families lost their asylum cases because they didn't understand the legal system. Meanwhile, a skeptical Mark Krikorian, director of the Center for Immigration Studies, which favors fewer immigrants, tells the Washington Post, "I'll believe it when I see it." He says the government may only deport a few families just for show. Enforcement theater. John Burnett, NPR News.
Israeli officials say there were 3 attacks on Israelis on the West Bank and 3 Palestinian assailants were killed. The 4th Palestinian was killed in a confrontation with Israeli troops. Daniel Ashton reports from Bethlehem.
In one incident, Israeli officials say a Palestinian stabbed and moderately wounded 2 Israeli security guards in a West Bank settlement, and the guards shot and killed him. In another incident, they say soldiers shot and killed a Palestinian who tried to stab the troops. In a third incident, the army says a Palestinian driver rammed his car into Israeli soldiers, lightly injuring one before he was shot and killed. Palestinian health officials say Israeli troops shot and killed a 4th Palestinian during a clash between Palestinian protesters and Israeli troops. For NPR News, I'm Daniel Estrin in Bethlehem.
Whoa.
At the Vatican, Pope
God,
Francis
these
celebrated
drivers.
Christmas Eve Mass at St. Peter's Basilica. As Catholic faithful recall the birth of Jesus. Some children invited to attend the Mass came from countries that Francis visited as pontiff. This will be the Pope's only public Mass for Christmas. Tomorrow, tens of thousands flock to St. Peter's Square outside the Basilica to hear the Pope deliver a traditional noontime speech. A mixed close on Wall Street. The Dow was down 50 points today. The NASDAQ closed up 2 points. You're listening to NPR News in Washington.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the Kaufman Foundation, dedicated to helping individuals attain